Okay. Well, folks, back here at Siegel South, got all kind of stuff on the screen there. I guess that won't hurt anything. Weather's been good. Better than, obviously, at Siegel North. I talked. Hi. What's up? That was the wife coming in to see. I thought I had, anyway, she stuck her head in to see what was going on. I talked to David Berg up at Little Valley today. He said that rain, little wind, didn't amount to much. For those of you folks at Siegel North that watch my tapes, and might not be aware, but David has, he's on chemotherapy. He's been diagnosed with lymphoma cancer. It's in the bone marrow. Talked to him today, said he was tired. He's been on chemo for a couple of years, and a couple of months. Long time, couple of years. And they're not saying much to him about what the prognosis is. Says his hair's starting to go away on him. And my darling dog is out in the hall trying to get in. Daddy's gonna make a tape, so everybody wants to come in. Anywho, David said today that the storm didn't amount to that much. I called him and said, hey, turn trailer bottom side up. He says, probably not. He said, we didn't have that much wind and a lot of rain. I want to say to put a little message on here on Daryl Mackey gift. I think Daryl is in Houston, but he's from up there in our part of the world. And David would like to talk to you. If you're looking at the tapes, give David a call. It'd be important to him. Hang on just a minute. Anyway, David would like to hear from you. Election? Just nose to nose, evidently. Depends on which network you watch, who's going to win. I watch CNN and the current network, and they say Obama's going to win. And watch Fox. Of course, they say Romney's going to have a landslide. I certainly hope it isn't Romney. I'm not nuts about Obama, but what really brought me on here was a situation that came up down at my clinic, my dialysis clinic. And I was sitting in the lobby one day this past week, and everybody was discussing, we have what we call a window. And that's the time of day that we're scheduled to go on the machines. My window's from 10:30 to 11, but I usually show up about 9:30. And about 60% of the time I get on a little early, therefore I get off a little early. And we were discussing our windows, and on this particular day, we weren't getting on early. And one of the other patients said, they just don't know that we have other things going on in our lives. And I said to this individual, no, you don't. And they looked at me kind of shocked. I said, if it wasn't for these people and these machines, we'd be dead. So the prospect of what time of day that we get on is irrelevant, as long as we get on. And I said, there's nothing else going on in your life today but your time here and the time you put in on that machine. Everything else is secondary. And she kind of half agreed with me. But that is kind of the way it is. Well, once you're a dialysis patient, there's 3 days a week, 4 hours a day that you're on the machine, and getting there and getting home and getting on the machine and getting off the machine probably takes up about 6 hours of the day. So the day is shot. Every other day, it's dialysis time. And it's a life-saving procedure. And if Romney, in that nutcase that he picked for vice president, get elected, it's not entirely impossible that at some point in the future that service won't be available to me. There's no way I could afford it on my own. It's astronomically expensive. It's paid for by Medicare and our supplementary insurance and various means. But out of pocket, couldn't do it. The company that has these clinics here in Hillsborough, and I think they're the #1 dialysis company in the world, is called Fresenius. They're out of Germany. And I will make you a bet that if Romney and his sidekick win and turn Medicare into a voucher system, that Fresenius will pack up its stuff and go home, because they are a profit-making company. I mean, they do this because it pays them to do it. And if the American government cuts it back to where they don't feel like it's worth their money, they'll pack up their stuff and go back to Germany. I remember I mentioned that one time down there, and they said, "Well, you can go to the emergency room." And I said, "Well, there'd be me and about 5,000 other people there at the emergency room. That's not going to work." So, needless to say, I hope that Romney doesn't get elected, because at least Obama says that he'll leave Medicare the way it is, and need to stay the way it is. I like being alive. I have a pretty good quality of life, and I'd hate to get down there and find the door on that clinic locked. It would be a disaster. I'd probably last, I don't know, 2 weeks, a month. And I'd be that. So, anyway, vote for Romney, even if you don't, vote for Obama, no matter how bad you hate him. I know he's a black man, and a lot of people have a gut feeling about a black man being president, but that shouldn't be an issue. But I'm convinced that most of the venom that has been spewed over the last 4 years about him is primarily because he's a black person. What's going on? Not much. I can't even think of his name now. The guy that I told, call David. He needs a call from you, because life's not being too good to him right now. And I hope that Obama wins. Not because I like him, just because of the way the situation is. I'm going to reiterate to anybody on here that happens to be a dialysis patient that feels like that they are being put upon because they don't get on the machine, due course like they think they should, and oh boy, they've got things going on. It ain't that way. Any time you get on that machine, like when I'm in Signal North, I'll get on till 4 in the afternoon, get off 9 o'clock. I don't care. That works just fine for me, because that machine keeps me alive. So anybody that's a dialysis patient that thinks that they're being put upon because maybe they get on a little late, give it a thought. You'd be dead without it. Anyway, I'll get on here and try to talk about something a little more fun, but I actually had a request to get on here and talk about folks' attitude on dialysis. You have a fine one. Here's my little bitty buddy, and we'll talk to you next time.